I consider staying quiet a little longer about the actions of Yaron Reuven towards the main body of Torah educators in the Jewish world, thinking that it's only a matter of time till the orthodoxy he has hijacked and essentially corrupted will come after him. But seeing what I saw today, I really had to say something, because Mr. Reuven has begun approaching big names in the Haredi world, people who clearly do not know who he is or what he teaches, and trying to get people that he doesn't like excommunicated. So essentially he has become a snitch in the Jewish world, a spineless snitch at that, mainly because as a policy, as he states, he doesn't dialogue with anyone he disagrees with. A very convenient policy. Now today, let me try and expose the tricks that Yaron uses to fool people into thinking he's someone bigger than what he really is. And I'm not just talking about his stature. Look, many of his students, being very new to Judaism, will first say in his defense, well, he has the endorsement of Rav Yitzhak Yosef. Let me tell you how this works, because no one in their right mind would ever think that these Israeli rabbis watch YouTube videos, or honestly know personally the people they give their haskamot to. Absolutely not. Look, it's an old trick, which is typically done by someone either making a donation or approaching someone who may learn in that person's yeshiva vouching for a said book, rabbi, or organization, and then the rabbi will write them a letter. An old trick, which is geared to fool people who don't know. But if you don't know, ask around. Another trick that converts and Baal Teshuvas usually fall for are these declarations in Hebrew by someone in a black hat and a black coat saying that something's forbidden or allowed, which is what he does with his cousin, an essentially unknown person in the religious world, who in my case, with the tone of some dayan or posek, declared my conversions invalid. A joke, right? Again, ask around. Who in the Jewish world has ever heard of his cousin? Essentially no one. And another example of this is when he petitioned Rabbi Yehuda Levin to allow him on his show. So what? So that he could publicly hate, or further hating, on Rabbi Ephraim Goldberg. And if you heard the interview, Rabbi Levin constantly kept on forgetting Yaron's name, because till that day he never heard of him. So yes, this also tells us that in the Jewish world there are many rabbis who are up for sale. But people don't ask, and they just believe. Like when Yaron said, or had the audacity to say, that he owns and he runs a seminary in Israel for 400 girls and a kollel for men. The same Yaron who struggles to gather money, trying to sell, tickets to heaven on Facebook in the name of dead rabbis. More lies. Look, anyone who's ever worked in the seminary or yeshiva system knows that a seminary for 400 girls is a multi-million-dollar institution. But Baal Teshuvas never check. And it really doesn't get worse than when he has what he's done to Rabbi Ephraim Goldberg. And the truth is that if Rabbi Goldberg would ever be allowed, or ever would care to speak to Yaron publicly, you would see who the true ignoramus really is. Actually, go to YU Torah, yutorah.org, and just listen to Rabbi Goldberg speak and compare. Right? I mean, Yaron has been calling himself religious less than 10 years. Never went to yeshiva, never had a debate with anyone. Honestly, I have videos on YouTube longer than he has been religious. And that also goes for the other rabbis he insults and publicly shames. Again, without allowing an actual debate or a dialogue to occur. So, what does this tell us? That Yaron is essentially a fanatical dwarf who hates on religious giants. And when you don't have to dialogue, what's really to stop him? And I don't even include myself in that bunch. I'm for sure not a giant. I'm just a lowly rabbi who hates bullies and hates seeing other people get bullied. Now, I disagree with many rabbis, including people on his list. But what I don't do, just like what these other rabbis don't do, is act like Yaron does. Essentially, act like a child. So, consider this a challenge. I challenge not only Yaron Reuven to debate me publicly, but to debate or dialogue with anyone he trashes in front of a public audience. That's it.